Hello and welcome. Just setting up, and we are live today on Amazon Live. Of course, I'm just waiting for things to go through and press go live. And we're live on Amazon. We are live on YouTube. If you're watching live on YouTube, thank you. If you're watching live on LinkedIn, thank you. Brilliant. Okay, so we're good to go. I can come live now and resume the camera. That's worked. Okay, so everything's set up. You're watching Steven live from wonderful Wiltshire, England, and the content I'm going to show you today was produced by Google Gemini and Google NoteBookLM. And you'll find down in the carousel the object of my broadcasting today, which is this. Barnaby's Perfect Broth is a book written by myself and my partner Angelika. You find it as the featured item in the carousel. And yes, the book is available on Amazon Kindle. So if you click the link, it will take you to the Kindle page for that book. You can find out more information. Now, I should tell you that in actual fact, the book is a book for German tuition. It's about the German language. It's created by myself and my partner, Angelika Davy. And Angelika is a German teacher based in Devizes. And we're together in Wiltshire, the most beautiful place in England. And of course, I'm biased. I've been here for nearly 14 years now. But the book was created using Google Gemini and NoteBookLM. I saw a video back in January and I thought they were creating a graphic novel, a superhero graphic novel, and they were using NoteBookLM. I thought, well, how do you do that? So I set about how to discover how it works. And I did. And we've now got a situation where we can create a story and then we can have Barnaby, who is our friendly turtle, appear in the story. Now, because of the way we've done it, Barnaby can have adventures too. So we've got the book, which is Barnaby's Perfect Broth. The broth is perfect. It's basically 3 potatoes, 2 carrots, and some secret ingredients, which you'll find within the book itself. And it is super delicious. But today, I'm going to show you Barnaby, and I'm going to take you on a tour of where Angelika and I live. So this is all about Devizes in England. Devizes is, well, let's show you. Rather than my rabbiting on, let's take off and we can go. And there is Barnaby's Great Day Out in Devizes. What I'm going to do is a slow and steady guide to Wiltshire, and Barnaby is going to lead the way. Barnaby is a turtle, and let's go and join you on the one. And I'm just waiting for this to change. We're also able to do Stratford Avon if anybody wants to see that. And another reminder, this is the book, Barnaby's Perfect Broth, Tale of Slowness in the Fast World, German language tuition for beginners, intermediates and advanced, all in the one book. And it's down in the carousel. So Barnaby's going for a day out in Devizes. Shall we go with him? Okay. Now, Devizes, basically, the population of the town that I live in is 10,000. But taking in to live, Devizes itself has over 500 listed buildings, which is incredible for a town of 10,000 to have 500 listed buildings. We're 90 miles from London, and this is not the book, by the way. This is about the book. Now, we are very fortunate in living in Devizes. We have the longest set of locks in the UK, and it goes up 237 feet, 29 locks. Now, the whole thing is you've got a hill, okay, a gradient. And what you've got to do is get from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill. And you do that by going up 29 different locks until you get to the top. It's a major engineering feat in the 17th century, 17th, 18th centuries, built by navigators from Ireland, and it's all been dug. There are no mechanical diggers in those days. It's all been dug out. And it used to be, Cairnsnaven Canal was the main route between Bristol, which is on the west coast of England. Bristol ships sailed from the east coast of the States to Bristol. The goods were taken off the boats. They were put onto barges, and the barges travelled up these locks and on to London. Okay. If you have any questions at any point, please do ask. And I don't have chat at the moment, so I can see your comments if you make them on Amazon. Okay. And the whole lock situation and the canal was designed by John Rennie in 1810. And today, well, basically what happened was they built these locks to take goods from Bristol to London. Okay, distance about 120 miles. And it was trade. That's why it was built. It was built for financial reasons, to get goods from Bristol to London, where the goods could be sold. The problem was that they then built the railways. Now, the railways were both faster and cheaper than the canals. So, as a way of travelling and getting goods from Bristol to London, the Great Western Railway was the best way to do it, because your goods arrived in London on the same day. If your goods went by the canal, they would take 4 days. So it's quicker and cheaper to actually go by railway than it was to go by the canal. So the canal actually went into disrepair because there's no trade there. There's nobody to use it. And it wasn't until the 1970s that local volunteer groups decided they would rebuild the canal. All the lock gates had to be taken out and rebuilt and redesigned. And today we have a leisure facility which is second to none. You can walk from London to Bristol along the Cairnsnaven Canal, and the bonus is that you can go by barge as well, but you can stop off at pubs, inns along the way. Okay, so this is Barnaby on his travels, and here he is. We have our own castle. Devisers, we're talking about, just a minute, just let me change something so you know what's going on. I'm just going to edit this. Take a second, but be worth it. If I could just go there. Hang on, I need my glasses for this. Don't go anywhere. I'll get there in a second. I'm ready for the update. And so we're talking about devisers. Okay, good. We've got that sorted. And thank you for watching live. Thank you for listening. So we've got our own castle, and the castle was built in 1080, and it was a wooden castle, and it was built by the Bishop of Salisbury. And basically what you had is you had 4 areas over which the bishop was overlooking, and he was responsible for them. So he built the castle as a central place to actually administer his flock. And that burnt down. The wooden castle burnt down and was replaced by a stone castle. Now, a stone castle took place in the Civil War, Roundheads versus Cavaliers, and it was also a royal castle. Royalty came to stay, including Robert Curthose, who's the eldest son of William the Conqueror, and King John's wife, Queen Isabella. So a royal castle, which was used to overlook the town. And that's what it looks like today. 1080 originally built, burnt down, new castle built. That was, unfortunately, Oliver Cromwell, once they had been successful, asked for the castles to be slighted, to be knocked down, demolished. So the old castle was demolished, and a new castle was built in the 1700s. And it was built by a local businessman. And it was he wondered what a castle would look like and designed his own castle. Now we have a local museum, which is the Devizes Museum. It's the Wiltshire Museum, and it holds all the archaeological finds that have been found at Stonehenge, at Avebury, in Salisbury. It also stores gold, which was found at Stonehenge. So this is the central museum for all the finds in the area. It's well worth a visit. If you come to Devizes, it's worth going around and seeing how people have lived in the time since 4,500 years ago when Stonehenge was built, up to date. And the museum was founded by local farmers in 1853. And it's about to move into new premises by 2030. And that's Barnaby from the book, Barnaby's Perfect Broth. And if you click on the link, you'll find out more about the story. And this is where the museum is moving to. This used to be the Devizes Assizes. Say that quickly. Devizes Assizes Court, and Barnaby is helping to actually move from the museum, which was in the street. So he's going to help move museum from there to there, and that's being funded by the National Lottery Fund, and it's going to be a brilliant place to actually visit and worthy place for the Stonehenge gold to be maintained. It is, Devizes is a market town. Devizes was given a royal charter, and every Thursday is a farmers market in the town square, which is the largest town square in Wiltshire. And farmers come from all around, and you can buy, well, any sort of meat. You can buy anything on Devizes Market. Thursday morning, get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you've got a choice of a wide range of goods. Right, this is Barnaby at Wadworth Brewery. We have our own brewery, which is the Wadworth Brewery, which has been with us for a couple of 100 years. And it used to have a tradition, I'm saying used, unfortunately, of using horses to deliver barrels of beer from the brewery direct to the pub. And it did that for 3 or 4 pubs, inns in Devizes. But unfortunately, things change, and they've moved from that brewery to a greenfield site, and the horses have been retired. They are living in the countryside, but they used to deliver the beer. This tradition is unique to Devizes, and this is the carnival. We started in 1913, and it is organised by Docker, Devizes Outdoor Celebrations, and it is a very special time. Devizes is lucky. There are so many volunteer groups active in Devizes that there's something going on all through the summer, and Devizes Carnival is a very important night in the calendar. So for a population of 10,000, Devizes certainly bats above its weight. It is a beautiful place to visit. So Devizes. And there's a confetti battle. Now, this is a tradition which goes back a fair way, and it's again held at carnival time. And basically, you can buy confetti, just like at a wedding. You can buy confetti and throw it at people, but there is also a cannon which fires confetti over the crowd, as it's done over Barnaby there. And after the confetti battle, which is a friendly affair, there's no fighting goes on. There are fireworks, and it's a special evening event to take part in devices. And that's basically a quick overview of devices, and we have been helped by Barnaby. And devices, well, the castle was founded in 1080. Devices itself was built up around the castle. The castle is on the hill, right at the top, and the town is down below. And it was built in semicircles around the castle, and it is today. I mean, I was out walking this morning. It is just the most beautiful place to live, and everything I've shown you today is actually true. It's only a small part of what happens in devices. Okay, now my purpose in showing you that was to actually illustrate Barnaby's adventures. Barnaby has been to my birthplace of Burnley, he's been to Stratford upon Avon, and he's been to devices. And all of the work that's been done is being done by myself, Angelika, and Google Gemini and Google NoteBookLM, because I'll let you into a little secret. I can't draw, and Angelika can't draw, but NoteBookLM can. So what we've done is harness the power of AI to create something new and unique. And we are planning already a second book. Now, Angelika is a German language tutor. So the book is to learn German. It's for beginners, it's for intermediates, it's for advanced. And the thing is that you can buy the book as a beginner, and then as your German improves, you can then look at the intermediate, you can then look at the advanced. If you're a teacher and you're watching this and you teach German, then there is a teacher's version available with a recipe, with a guide, and basically you could show Barnaby's perfect broth adventure using a computer and put it onto a whiteboard, and you just have the German, and then you help the class translate it into English. So we've got the teacher's version as well. Now, you'll notice as well that there are German language books down in the carousel, which Angelika has created over the last 12 years, really. So some of Angelika's books are down in the carousel as well. Let's come back to where we were. And we've had a look at devices. What I'm going to try and do now, if I can do this, it will be good. That's not what I wanted. Hang on. Okay. We're going to, I don't know where to go. Where should I go? Decision time. Okay, so let's go to Stratford upon Avon. So Barnaby is in Stratford upon Avon. It's the same Barnaby who's in the book, which is down the carousel, and we're going to go to Stratford upon Avon now. The important thing about Stratford upon Avon is that I lived there for 13 years, and it's just the most amazing place because 2 million people a year visit Stratford upon Avon, basically to see where William Shakespeare was born, the school that he went to, the church that he attended, and basically how he spent his life. So whilst he was writing Hamlet and Midsummer Night's Dream, in fact, all his plays come out of his life in Stratford-on-Avon. So we're going to pay a visit, and we're going to look at how the bard and where the bard lived, and we're going to go with Barnaby. Barnaby's ethos is that, the best things in life take time. So he's never in a rush to go anywhere, and he wasn't in a rush when he went to Stratford in 1198, and it was the governance of the town. And it is basically, as I say, a place where 2 million people visit, and the river is a very important part of life in Stratford. As is the bridge which crosses the river. It keeps commerce flowing, it's people moving. And this is the Clopton Bridge, built by Sir Hugh Clopton, who was the Lord Mayor of London in 1491. And the Clopton Bridge was funded in 1480. And the waterway is the Stratford Canal, and that was built from 1793 onwards. Stratford is basically linked to 1564 and the birth of William Shakespeare. And the birthplace, you can see the birthplace, you can see Hanathwaite's cottage where he was born and the sheep farm attached, and you can see where he spent his later life, which was New Place, or you can see where it was. It's now a commemorative garden. This is basically the Royal Shakespeare Theatre, where there's a 1,000-seater auditorium, and you can go and watch plays by Shakespeare and by others. There's a theatre across the road which is called the Swan Theatre, and the other place. So you've got two places where you can actually watch Shakespeare whilst you're there. Okay, and you'll be looking across the River Avon as Barnaby is there. The church, which is the Collegiate Church, it's the Trinity Church, was built in 1112, and it is basically where Shakespeare was buried. You can enter the church, you can see Shakespeare's tomb, and it's obviously a very special place. And I sort of feel when you're walking, you're actually passing through history, that this was the church where Shakespeare was a warden in his time and where he was buried when he died. And the final resting place in 1616 was within the church, which is, the graphic is good, it is a tree-lined church. We're talking about Barnaby, we're talking about Barnaby's Perfect Broth, which is the book that's down the carousel. And we've talked about the bridge and the freight that passes over the bridge, 21,000 vehicles every single day. And that's a quick look at Stratford and the places within Stratford, with Barnaby as our guide. And again, mock fair and the school, you can visit the school and see where Shakespeare was taught. And we're going to finish with the greenery by the River Avon. And we're back. And then there's Barnaby eating his broth, and you can find out more about Barnaby's broth and his appearance in the book, which is down below. I think that's the end of that. Okay, so if I go here, just a moment, and bear with me a second, and go there. Barnaby also visits my hometown, which is Burnley in Lancashire. So we paid visits to Burnley in Lancashire and to Stratford-on-Avon, and we've just been to Devizes and Barnaby's Grand Day Out. Just a reminder, we are close to Avebury and Stonehenge, that there is the longest set of locks in England, 29 locks. It was built by John Rennie in 1810. It then fell into disrepair because the railway came into being, the Great Western Railway. We have our own castle, built originally by Bishop Osmond, but then that burnt down. It was rebuilt, and then Oliver Cromwell slighted the castle, destroyed the castle, and the current one we have today was built by a local businessman. It's now apartments. You can live in the castle. You can see the gold in the Wiltshire Museum. The Wiltshire Museum is in the centre of town, and there's a new museum being built, which is got funds from the National Lottery, and that's where the gold will be kept in future, hopefully by about 2030. We've got a bustling marketplace. We have a charter, a royal charter, and the market is held on Thursdays, Thursday morning, and you can buy fresh produce, fresh meat, and plant. Everything is on the market on Thursdays. Stallholders come from all around Wiltshire to sell. This, sadly, is a thing of the past where the horses used to deliver the beer to local pubs. We have a brewery, the Wadworth Brewery, and the brewery's in a greenfield site not far from Devizes. We have our traditions. We have basically the Devizes Carnival, which started in 1913 and every year takes place. It's a series of events. And then the confetti battle, where confetti is thrown by people there, but also out of a cannon. It's a great celebration of Devizes and is followed by fireworks. And here you have a typical street in Devizes and Barnaby saying farewell. And it's back to me. Okay, so that was basically Devizes, where Angelika and I live now. It was Stratford, where I spent 13 years. Next week, we'll take a look at Burnley and where Angelika grew up, which is Schultorf in Germany. I'm able to make these graphics and tell the stories because of Google Gemini and Google NoteBookLM. I've learned how to cajole them because they won't do it on their own. Nothing you've seen is automatic. I used Google Gemini to do research. Now I use NoteBookLM to do further research. And then I bring in Barnaby and we put the whole thing together into a wonderful series of stories. I want to say a big thank you for watching me live today. You've been watching Steven live from wonderful Wiltshire in England. And I'm back again next Tuesday. Just a minute. Oh, I forgot to do this. Just a minute. I've missed things out. I always do. So you can come back next week and you can hear a different part of the story. Anyway, welcome to the show. You've been watching Lights, Camera, Action. We have been live from Wiltshire in England. And if you wish, you can learn German with Angelika Davy. Down the carousel, you'll see a variety of books by Angelika, all of which are designed to help you improve your German. It's been my pleasure to present to you today. I want to say a big thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and bye for now. So goodbye to everybody on YouTube, goodbye to everybody on LinkedIn, and thank you, Amazon Live. Enjoy your week, take care, and I'll see you all again soon. I'll leave you with this though, just a minute. This is my hometown, this is Burnley, and Burnley was built on the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, and it's the home of weaving. The Queen Street Mill is a working mill in Burnley. Townley Art Gallery was built in the 14th century. The Weavers' Triangle has weaving sheds, and there is a straight mile. I suppose sculpture top right is the singing tree, which is powered by the wind and is very musical. And the Burnley Way is a 40-mile route around Burnley, and Burnley is in Lancashire. It is close to Manchester. So this is my birthplace. My birthplace was I'm just going to hide a few things. Hide that. Hide that. Oh, no, bring that back. Let's just hide him. And hide him. Okay, so that was Burnley. That's my birthplace. Take care. See you again soon. Bye for now. That's a wrap, by the way.